So I just got handed 3 decks, which is funny because I picked 2 out of the ones that were handed to me. I've been being told in tarot readings that I was going to receive gifts. I wonder if my dog's giving me confirmation. But the 2 decks that I chose are the Lightseers Tarot, and I had at least 8 or 10 to choose from. And then this one is the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. So these were the 2 decks that I was allowed to be, like, these are sort of my first decks. I've been gifted a deck before, but I did not choose it, nor was it for me, and based on it being from an ex, I set it on fire. So I was without a deck for at least a month or 2, but I never used that one really, because it didn't call to me. So this will be my first reading, I guess, in public. I certainly don't know the cards well enough to not use the books. So bear with me, I guess. And this is the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. These are the decks that called to me. Serbian, no. Yeah, I figured. Hey, mommy, go to bed. Go to bed. Thank you, lay down. No, don't play like that. There's something about this deck then. Alright, so I was happy and settled with these, and Mama disappeared. The bottom of the deck is Ancient Ones. That was what was on the bottom of her deck that she's used. Next card is the Hunter, which is funny to me. Interesting. And the Smoky Mirror. So I may do another video later that I splice with this one, with this video, where we go over more about the cards that I draw, since I'm going to have to use books. I'm very happy with these choices. There's something about these decks. They are for me. I've been told in the past, when I first started practicing really paganism, because pagan in the United States of America, if you didn't know, originally meant non-Christian. I don't know if that traces back to European roots or not, but what it means is not Christian. Which means, really technically, Catholicism would be pagan in this country, because it's not Christian. Judaism, Hinduism, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be Mayan and practice the Mayan ways. You could be Native American, it doesn't matter. It's all listed as pagan. So, for lack of better terminology, I use the word pagan. You know, call it what y'all want. It's spiritual. This is the moon that I pull. And the King of Wands. It didn't pull in reverse because none of the cards are flipped yet. That's interesting. Which brings me to the 3rd deck, actually, that I got handed today. And this was adopted mama walked away and came back and set it on the table while I was in the kitchen fixing dinner after, or no, yeah, I had picked the 2 decks that I'd wanted, a tarot and an oracle, and I went and fixed tuna for dinner, and came back with my crackers and my bowl of tuna, and this was on the table, and it's titled Sweet Ass Affirmations. What are those numbers you're pulling but 3? Alright. And I left the top card, like you've got your introductory cards here. But the card, like I've already mixed these. I pulled them. I instantly was pulled to pick it up and pull a card from it. So I did. And this is the card I pulled. And if you didn't take the time to read that, it says, I am the blood of heroes and the spirit of muse. Ecstasy flows wherever I choose. Now on the back of this card was really funny too, because behind it was, I do what I love what I do. About those readings being mine. The back of it is a meditation. And it says, Peekaboo, your muse sees you. You cannot hide behind those manipulative. What have the tarot cards been saying? Oh, a manipulative party, really? You cannot hide behind those manipulative fears any longer. The fears are the ones created. Those are your inner childhood wounds. Those were the fears created. Was that I'm not good enough, or there's always a correction. It was never, it didn't matter, even in my art. Something that's supposed to be completely free. The way you think, the way you process thoughts, the way I processed thoughts was corrected. There seems to be very little detail in my life as a child that wasn't corrected by my parents, no matter who the parent was at the time. Your Kundalini jellyfish awakens and pumps your crown with ecstasy. Creative juices pour out of your heart center and flow into the world to inspire all. Twirl your toes, embrace the flows, hug your heroes. You are now their equal. That's interesting, because I didn't read that prior. So I stopped because the Kundalini jellyfish would be the jellyfish of speech, of speaking truths. Kundalini is it means you're good with words. It means you speak well. What have your tarot readings been saying? So, which is funny because this jellyfish, if we're going to look at the pictorial meanings behind this, the jellyfish is spouting smoke. Smoke is air. Air is communication. At least in your altars. And then on the front, you've got the jellyfish that would look to be a similar breed based on the shapes on it, but it's wrapped around what is used nowadays to represent the medical stuff. That's healers. I do hope you watch this shit. I don't know what we're about to pull here, but if it lines up with y'all's readings, I'm gonna put shit down because It's almost annoying. It's almost like, it's like with the Bible and everything else. The answers are placed right in front of you. I don't know what card this is. I'll take a look at it in a minute. Whoa, wait. No, I caught that. That's a mirror. Oh my goddess. So anyway, like I was saying, we have all the answers. They're staring at us right in the fucking face, and we ignore them on a daily basis. This card states, "The world conspires for my highest good. The universe showers me with blessings." Oh, hello. Okay. I'm not covering shit up. They can flag my videos as being for over 18. It's fine. You're allowed to show the buttocks, as long as you can't see the anus, depending on what state you're in. States, "As I unlearn all that I know, my fire grows and my truth glows." Okay? And this one is, "I'm releasing all feelings of guilt. It feels good to carry so much power in my heart." On the back of this one, we're going to read the meditation. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going with the flow. I'm doing what my gut calls me to. Watch and learn. The fear gremlins are amassing large elusive armies across the world, but these armies only exist in our minds because we allow them to. The mind viruses grow as the collective feeds on social media trends and algorithms that perpetuate hate and separatism. So let's take a moment here. This is why I have like a specific number of tarot readers that I go to. I listen to those tarot readers alone, and I don't, especially if it lines up with something the tarot reader was saying in their thing. When it shows me a tarot reader I don't listen to, I don't even read the title. Why would I? It's them trying to give me affirmations, not actual affirmations. I call those commercials. I call it clutter. You can also call them NPCs in a way. I kind of see people in that same manner. I see extras and copies and like a doppelganger. Those shouldn't exist. They need to go. We don't need the copies of ISIS. We need ISIS. We don't need the copies of any of the deities, the saints. We need them. Those that aren't are NPCs. Those are your extras, copies, duplicates, doppelgangers. They're going to be distorted versions, which is why you get the separatism that was just spoken on. And back to reading this. They perpetuate hate and separatism. They create mass paranoia. Paranoia is a state of mind that persuades us to believe that individuals, entities, and the world are all conspiring against us. This is dangerous only if you believe it to be true. In the belief, you give it life. Fighting fire with fire only fuels the flames. What if you dance inside the waterfall instead? Pronoia is the antidote to paranoia. Pronoia is the belief that the world around you is conspiring to do you good. And oh baby, it is. The mirror wants to smile and party with you, but it cannot do so if you are frowning with the gremlins. Wink, wink. For those of you that want to check that, pause. I really like these. Those are nice. Let's do a reading on that. This looks like, yeah, We'll pull the I am releasing all feelings of guilt as well. That's the card I pulled. We're going to do tarot off of these. This is the next card that was under that. My life is weird, y'all. And it says, I am a star wizard. I am blazing hot and bright as fuck. That flipped, I don't know if you heard it on camera, but that flipped off the Oracle deck. Try to get it to where the light's not fucking it up. There we are. That's called the witness. That's what I do. I watch y'all motherfuckers do dumb shit. Let's look at what the Oracle says it means. Is there an index? Can I cheat? Wonder what page it is? Yes, I can. Is it in? It's in alphabetical order. I like them. It's the last card. It's on page 160. Flip to a picture of a wolf. I feel very aligned with wolves, just so we're clear on that. Alright, so what this says about the witness, pause if you'd like. Some people read faster. I was one of them. I am one of them. I read faster than most people can on screen. I slow down so that most can keep up with me. The witness. The witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. If you scroll all the way bottom on my videos, you can hear about me having to do that at 18 months old while my mother got drunk in a bar after she stole me out of my bedroom window. She left me in the vehicle full of smoke. But, you know, not sure if having to witness things has anything to do with that. The invitation. The second part, there are 3 parts to the witness. The second part is the invitation. The witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to come to my ally. You thought you were at the door, but today you discover things happen when you get out of the way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true self, your true intent reveal itself. Interesting. The 2 misspoken words in that. The third part, that's interesting too. The third part to the witness is the medicine, and it kind of does look like a medicine person. Very androgynous male. You've got the sun, and it looks to be the moon over their heart. There's an animal in the background. Show you again. The third part is medicine. Acknowledge your preconceptions, ideas, and feelings about the situation you are in, but resist the urge to change any of it. Do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Instead, take a few breaths and connect with the joy of not having to perform. Hold space for the world to keep spinning on its own. Interesting. You know, you can scribe like a Bible with these books too, right? You can... What page does it feel like you should turn to? I turned to the mystical shaman. Which is number 38, 3 and 8. Interesting as well. So if I flip this over. did notice the number listed on that medicine man. That's convenient. So these cards are actually numbered. So the page number is on it. So I won't have to look at the index. I have a new cheat code. This is the Shaman card. The essence is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it. Y'all listening yet? So anyway, about this card. Keep up with the retarded kid. Wusa. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In so doing, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is a symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. The invitation, I guess, that is provided by the mystical shaman is when the mystical shaman appears, you are invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. What the fuck am I doing with this reading then? If not that. Can you impartially, and that means separate yourself, to step back, to witness. See my lack of patience? It's because I get tired of repeating myself. That's why I'm recording videos, so y'all can listen to it as many times as you need to get the damn picture. Like the pretty ones on my cards. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? Again, this is the invitation that the mystical shaman provides to you. Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? Don't answer me. That does neither of us any good. That's something for you to sit on. You can't just answer that any damn way. You might want to. You might think you do have the answer right away. But I don't. When I'm asked questions like that, those are something you want to sit for 2 weeks. Write it down. Who would you become? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. That's why I only pulled 2 cards, and I was thinking about that before I fucking did the reading. I should have said it, that I only wanted to pull a present and a future style, like 2. I don't want to focus on the past. I don't want to deal with the past. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it. What I can do is pick up the pieces from it, put them back where they go or where they need to be. Those are the things that I can do with the past. The shaman invites you to ask, what if there was no need to explain you to anyone, not even to yourself. The way to your most extraordinary life to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. The medicine that the mystical shaman has or carries is be careful what you pray for. The mystical shaman cautions you against relentless attachment to a certain form that you think will make you happy, prosperous, famous, loved, etc. However, in seeing your dream come into being, had you considered what you were willing to sacrifice for it? Perhaps you have been telling yourself a certain story for so long, the story that only when you reach this particular goal will you be happy, that you will arrive. You didn't even notice you're no longer the person who wanted those outcomes. You have moved beyond those stories. Perhaps it is time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story that is more in alignment with who you have become. This is just one moment in millions of moments in the continuum of life. Let it go. Let it just be a story and move on. Better tales are waiting to be told. That goes back to wanting to write new stories. Because it's time to write new stories. Stories that don't have a con. It's funny, I'm going to end up only pulling 6 cards. Because I'm ready to move on to the Light Seers, and I think I'm only going to pull 2. And I'm just going to, like I did the others, I'm going to shuffle until I feel a pull. 6 of Cups. For some reason I'm putting that with the Shaman. What are you? The High Priestess. Interesting. I was female growing up. Because it's also funny because she went with the female card. And the Watcher. Or the Witness. That's an interesting pull. Because this other card is a male with a dog. I don't know if you noticed my dog. And like I said, I didn't really deal with the with the tarot. Hey, I turned to 2 of Cups. Nostalgia, reconnecting with people from the past. Harmony, themes of your life, inner child and future self. I'm a shadow seer, being stuck in the past, lamenting decisions and actions, a need to forgive others, a reminder to forgive myself, letting people in, a need to deal with regret. Interesting, that's why I pulled the Shaman prior. That's why. The 6 of Cups is a why. And we know what the High Priestess is. Interesting. I hope I'm listened to sooner than later. Good night, Never Neverland.